Hey, welcome back to P&W Repair. Today on the channel, we got parts for our carburetor off our late 50s Minneapolis Moline 445 tractor. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing put back together, and with any luck, we'll get it back on the tractor and we'll hear this tractor actually run. While I was patiently waiting for all these parts, I took it upon myself to give it a beautiful yellow paint job. So we will unmask everything, I guess, to start. Oddly enough, this is a yellow paint that it was like the cheapest yellow paint on Amazon, and I bought a couple cans of it years ago, and I just bought it for, you know, equipment repair and stuff when I'm welding up cracks or whatever yellow paint I could find, pretty much. And for whatever reason, it's damn near identical to Minneapolis Moline yellow, as well as faded old Heister yellow. So who would have thought? If it works, it works, huh? As long as there's paint on there, that's the important part. Where else do we have tape? There's some tape. The guy did such a terrific job masking it, it's hard to tell where the tape's at. Oh, how about the throttle shaft? Oh, come on. Alrighty. That should be it. So I'll go ahead and pull these two halves back apart. I should add, I had everything from this carburetor soaking in a Chem Dip bath for 2 or 3 days, so everything's nice and clean. All my parts actually look decent in it. I think whoever was in here at whatever point, everything was just like finger tight, and I think that was probably the issue, why it was just puking fuel out of every orifice. All right, what are we working with? I guess the most important part first. Let's see if our gasket is correct. Identical to that one. That's positive. It's good. The other important one, we have two to choose from. I believe it's that one. Yep. So the mounting gasket That's correct. Terrific. Okay. Let's go ahead and get our new parts out. Check those out, what we're working with. Looks like I got a new throttle shaft. Yeah, that's the throttle shaft, all right. Whether or not I even... I mean, I have it. Why not use it, right? So, yeah, okay. I mean, that old one cleaned up pretty nice, but I got, looks like new springs for our stop anyway, so guy might as well use the thing. Where to start? How about we start by putting our emulsion tube. Do I have this replacement needle? Because this is the one that's all bent. Well, dang it. Naturally, I do not have a replacement for that, so we'll be putting that back in the way it is, and hopefully it works, I guess. Start here. I do believe this had, we had some gasket stuff going on in here. So like a guy would think that should have a gasket. Got very, very, very few gaskets in here though, so. Okay. I may have to go back to the disassembly footage, but I do believe that gasket goes on the end of the emulsion tube right there. Yeah, that's right, because I do remember having to pick out old gasket that was stuck to the body. And actually, it still looks like there might be a little bit in there. Go ahead and scrape that in a little more, I suppose. Can't hurt it, right? Cleaner the better. Okay, I do believe all of that is cleared out, that old gasket. So emulsion tube, new gasket. Maybe. Does that gasket not fit? For goodness sakes. Slightly bigger diameter. This is the crap you have to contend with. Like, we can't just make the same part. I don't understand why everything has to be so difficult with these Chinese kits. Freaking nightmare. I'm gonna look through some of my other carb parts and see if I have anything that'll fit that better. I'll get back with you guys. So I did find one that fit better to that tube, but was too big diameter, kind of like the other one. So what I ended up doing was taking my pick, putting it in the end of the tube, pushed that off the seat, took it over the bench grinder, and just like that, let it spin on the emulsion tube against that grinding stone and took it down to size. So it's very, very close to the same diameter, so we'll see if it fits now. Here, that's the hot ticket. Maybe. Oh yeah. Threading in. Let's get a bigger screwdriver. Maybe let you guys see. Turn it in there. I don't know if I'm in the camera's view. I think I might be, hopefully. So we'll run that down snug. Success. I got that gasket to seat up pretty nicely. That has to be what that's for, because now that I'm looking, my new seat has its gasket in that bag, so it's got to be where that one goes. So, thread that one back in. Do I remember what size that was? No. What do you think? I say that's probably a 9/16. Yep. Again, snugged where it's not going to fall off like the last guy. And guess what? The gasket will actually do its job. Brilliant. Imagine that. See, I don't know how a guy would have bent that, but it's bent. So, figure we'll take that down to its seat and then we'll back it off a turn. About there. Now what size is that tiny little one? I'm gonna say that's probably, what do you think? Let's try some. I don't see any little tiny sockets in this. Where are we at? Oh, guy even sends a tow truck. That's positive. All right, guys, I'll get back with you. There's a tow truck here picking up a car, so I'll be right back. And we're back. And we finally sold that Marlin. It is no longer taking up space in the driveway. I don't know if any of you guys that actually watch the channel on a regular basis remember, I only did one video on that car, unloading it off the trailer. It was just too far gone for what I'm willing to put into something, so had to go, free up the space. Alrighty, I do have all new freeze plugs. This one, I mean, wasn't rotted through or anything. It looked like it was in great shape. I'm not gonna touch that. This side for the choke shaft, there was this felt washer. I do have a new one. We'll put that in there. Come on. Yeah. Alrighty. So, reckon we could go ahead and install that choke shaft, which is this one. We just got to figure out how this was oriented. All right, so that would be choke normally open. You pulled the choke on, that would close that choke plate. All right, so it has to be that screw hole to mount it. And you know what? I believe I did that incorrectly. Let's put our felt on the shaft and slide the shaft in. Might make that easier. Oh no! Okay. Take 167. Beautiful. BEA, beautiful. Or do I have that wrong? Would it be like that? Because then we're going to go back to the video. So you guys got to wait. We're back again. Did a little bit, tiny bit off camera. Turns out this choke plate specifically, is a real pain in the ass. Got our choke shaft set back in how it's supposed to be oriented. Went back to my footage to confirm that. Then plate slid in through the shaft. Bolt the screws back in. And here's the key thing. They are snug, not loose. So they won't fall out and get sucked into the engine. So that's also another positive thing, I suppose. Went ahead and put that jet in the bottom of the bowl. At this point, it's kind of looking like we are done with the bottom half for the moment, and we are going to move on to the upper half. Set that up out of the way. Oh, got that cap I didn't pull off yet. Alrighty. So I'm going to start with this needle and spring because I have replacements. We're going to verify that they are correct. And just eyeballing them, I'm going to say they probably are not, but... Oh! Did I speak too soon? Well, all B. It would appear that I may have. Because I do believe those are going to fit. Where's my screwdriver? Guess the only other thing is that the proper thread, which, yes it is. Got those threads started. We were just fighting spring pressure. Run it down against the seat, and then we'll back it out one turn. Base idle. There you have it. She's a beaut, Clark. I do have a new throttle shaft, seals, as well as the freeze plug for the other side. I'm not going to do those on this carburetor. I'm going to leave that side in. The freeze plugs were in really good shape, so I will replace the seal and the brass washer, whatever you want to call it, on the outside here. I'll replace those on this side, just because, you know, I'm here. Okay. Now, very important, which direction does the lip of the seal face? Well, these are not a lip seal, so... Or is it? No, it is not. Do I have the same seals in here? No, these are a lip seal. Damn it, Daniel. Or were those a lip seal? They're just so rotted away. Where's my damn pick? Well, I suppose that was a lip seal at one time. So lip face is in. I swear that would be backwards. Trying to keep things out, correct? So the lip should face outwards, I would believe. If you had it facing inwards, there's nothing that's going to prevent that vacuum from pulling that lip in and sucking dirt and crap past it. That lip would have to face out. Well, they had it in the opposite way of how I'm going to install this. I could be wrong, but I'm sure it'll work. And it'll probably work better than how they had it, because, you know, that's how a lip seal works. It faces the fluid, typically, which, in our case, it faces the dirty air, right? Now we've got our new brass seal keeper deal 5,000 thing here. We'll give her a little tippy tap, tap tap, just a little tappy. Oopsie, you gotta be quicker than that. Maybe a little harder tippy tap, huh? Damn it, Daniel. It's just all getting that thing starting to drive it in is the hardest part. something like this, especially when they're tiny like this. Decent. All right. New throttle shaft. What a treat. Thing I didn't check. Yep. That'll do. Beautiful. I've got to transfer over, or no, I have a new throttle stop. Cool. What? Something like that. We have new screws for our throttle plate as well. They just did us a real kindness, you know, just really hooked us up. No, I tell you, this was not a cheap carburetor kit. I want to say just this basic kit was $60-something. They had a premium kit that had new choke shaft and all kinds of other junk. It was like $100. I don't know. I don't need one that bad. We're just gonna match where they had the stops set on the old lever. I may change that after it's on the machine. The machine's running, but right now we'll set it to what they had it at. A little too far. Back it up. About right there. So, from that point, we're going to installify our throttle plate with our new throttle plate screws. Bloop. We'll keep them old ones right there. I love when things just work, you know? What a treat. Those aren't going to fall out. What? Noise. Real noise. Where are we at? Let's put our float. Actually, no. We need to put our new seat in, or verify that our seat and needle are correct. Fingers crossed that they are, though it is very rare that I've bought a carburetor kit that has the correct size needle and seat. Very rare. The Chinese can't seem to get it right.
China China.
China.
China. China. China.
It's always the wrong thread on the seat or whatever. That, oddly enough, looks pretty damn close. And will all be. It appears our needle is correct too. And we got a new keeper for the needle. Just really know how to treat a guy. I'm not going to give this this company a shout out or anything. I don't know who I bought it from, but I mean, way to go. Way to actually put together a kit that's not 90% garbage. Like damn near every other carb kit a guy ever buys for any of these small carburetors. They're typically garbage. It's too bad a guy doesn't actually have a seat screwdriver. I'd like to really snug on that, but I'm trying to find something I could use. What about this big old screwdriver in here? Oh yeah, that's the one. Freaking barely. Oh. Okay, it didn't damage it. That's tight. That ain't gonna leak, it ain't gonna fall out. Nice and snug. Nice thing, our new needle is actually made of brass. What a treat. We have a new float pin. Sounds like there's something in there, because there is. There's a chunk of solder. No big deal. They are not ruptured, so. How does this? How was we doing this dealy doodle? Starting to feel like fall. My favorite time of the year. Pouring rain right now, and we're into August. I don't care, I'll take it. I love it. So that's gonna sit in there like so. We're gonna gingerly slide our pen in. What a treat. You know, when it just works, it works. You know what else I forgot? We got another jet. The one I made that special bit for. Let me grab that. Where is it? Give it to me. It's in one of these drawers. I'm sure of it. Question is where. There it is. Okay. Gingerly work it back in there. Bunch of metal shavings all over it. I don't need that in my freshly renewified carbitration machine. It's like magnetized from grinding on it. And just sitting on the welding table and got a bunch of junk. Okay, I know it's not in your view at the moment. It's brass, it's not magnetic, so you have to do what you guys gotta do. And you got a deal. So That's going in real nice. What the hell? There we go. Yeah, that's does not look good. That one's not going to come back out. Good thing I don't need to take it back out. But it just broke more of that brass off. So sorry for the next guy. No, they're not too bad. Put a left-hand bit in there and drill it out. Just means it's another part you're going to have to buy next go around. Unless you run like a tip cleaner down it and don't pull it, which is another option. That'll work. Alrighty. Now how did this thingamajig go down in yonder? I'm going on a limb and say it was something's like that. Well, we will go back to our video. So this was freeze plugs in that other side of the throttle shaft seal that I'm not using. Throw it in my carburetor parts for another day. I don't need it. Let me review some footage and I'll get back to you. Well, I forgot to turn the camera back on before I put the two halves back together, but not super complicated. Refer to the disassembly video if you need to know. It's back together now. Didn't even have any extra parts. Weird. So, at this point, we're going to go put it on the tractor and see if we can't get that thing to fire up. I'll get back with you guys after I have it mounted back up. Alright, carburetor's mounted up, everything's hooked up. We're going to see what this thing will do. We're going to try to do it without any ether and see if it'll fire without it. We are choked right now, fuel is on. We're chained down, so I don't think we're in any gear, but it shouldn't matter. Let's do this jazz. We've got a bad connection for our battery cables, I guess. Hold on. Let's try that now. Starting to rain. Gotta pull some of that choke off. Well, not all of it, dang it. I'm going to give it a little bit of spray. I'm actually going to pull the choke all the way off. I don't know that it's cold enough to need it. Well, Do I not have no sparklation? Come on, old girl. You got this. Maybe we do need some chokeage. Spray it, choke it. I don't know, guy. Alright. It's almost like my jumper box ain't got enough get up and go. Time out. I'll get back with you. We got a battery and the jumper box. I'm going to turn that down. Key on. Alright. Fire in the hole. Choke off. Let me pull one of the plug wires off and make sure we still got spark. I know it did. Yep, we do. A really good, strong spark, actually. So it's either a fueling or a compression issue. Sounds like it's got good compression to me. Sounds nice and even. So I'm gonna say it's probably a fueling issue. Maybe we need more throttle to start? I don't know. I guess the next question is, well, doesn't matter, I'm spraying it with ether. Still should fire. We got spark. I mean, is it really that cold-blooded? I suppose it always could be, right? Don't want to burn up our starter either. I would just, the amount of ether, I mean, could it really require more than that? Fuel should be gravity feeding, filling that bowl up. The bowl should be full of fuel by now. We'll give that a solid shot. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. What am I missing here? Unless that air bleed has to be set to some other weird spec and not, you know, a turn off of its stop. I guess let's take it out a turn and see if that changes something. You get a screwdriver. It's just strange I'm not getting a pop or anything. So that's 2 turns off its stop. Ooh, that starter is getting warm. Wow. I don't want to take it too much hotter than that. Next question is, do I actually have fuel making it in there? Pop this line loose. Not a drop. Nothing. Okay. Well, that's a problem. Nothing. Is this filter plug? Doesn't have a whole lot of flow through that. We got fuel there. Filter's plugged. Okay, let me get a different fuel filter. Try again. It's full on raining now, so we're going to try to do this quick. Being that there is a clear body on that filter, I can see we have fuel going to that fuel bowl now. Something tells me it'll probably start at this point. Turn our throttle down. Our choke is completely off. Let her eat. All right, choke it. turn that air bleed back down a turn because it is very, very rich. Let's try that again. Chokes off. Maybe take it out half a turn. Maybe one turn's too lean. And give her a little spray. Can't tell me that thing already ran out of gas. That's gas. It's flooding. So what's the problem here? Why is it flooding? Well, we know it'll at least run. Gonna do it for the day. I'm getting soaked. Yeah, we'll do some tuning on it and should be good. It's undecided yet, but I may come back out another day and fire it up for the ending of this video. If not, appreciate you guys watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.